Greetings and salutations. CB here with another session of the Demo Dive, where we dig through the dumpster that is the Steam demo tag to sort the treasure from the trash, and hoping it goes a little less flailingly than Monday did, at least. Today's demo game actually did not come from the dumpster that is the Steam demo tag. I found it on Blue Sky. One of my friends reblogged it as a recommendation. I don't actually remember what they call it when it's a retweet, but on Blue Sky, there was actually a word, and I honestly don't remember it, but it'll come to me. Anyway, game. It's called Starbright Academy. It's by Thoughtful Bread. What a name. It's kind of somewhere on the list of top fives, right along with Party for Introverts, which I actually bought the t-shirt, by the way, because it was purple and I had to. Anyway, Starbright Academy apparently involves being a low-ranking magical girl who attempts a fake romantic relationship with a higher-ranked magical person for clout. Of course, this is going to end terribly, but I mean, it's there. It's basically, there's a feeling like it's a cross between Dream Daddy and Sailor Moon with the romantic fake heel turn trope kind of thrown in for good measure. I guess it's not the kind of thing I normally play, but I have been trying actual literal dating sims lately. Mostly Date Everything, which I still need to finish. I was actually really loving it, but then I got distracted, and it's a whole ADHD thing. But I'll get into it. And as far as the superhero aspect of it goes, maybe it'll be a little less frenetic than Dispatch was. I didn't even have time to think in that game, never mind anything else. And, you know, if this one is even half as well written as Date Everything has been, I'll be quite happy with it. So let's find out if this one actually hits my wish list, because I am a little bit picky about dating sims in general. Mostly I play dating sims that are technically RPGs, but we wouldn't be without the romance options. You know, BioWare. Just in general, BioWare. Anyway, sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin. Okay, we don't have any settings. I seem to be keeping the volume on these very low. I'm not sure why. Starlight, Starbright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may. I wish I might. Find the power I seek tonight. My name is Aurora Black, but most of my friends call me Rory. I guess you could say I'm just a regular girl with a regular life. I love hanging out at the cafe by my apartment with my friends. I absolutely spoil my pet rabbit, Dumpling. That's actually a really good name for a pet rabbit. Because unless they've got the zoomies, that's what they look like. And like most people my age, I spend way too much time at my job. Rory, sweetie, that's anyone at any age ever. You know, above like 20. And even before that, it's like replace work with school. And probably add work anyway because the economy. What's my job, you ask? Wishbright, headquarters to Wish. Well, the defender of dreams, the protector of promises. Oh my god. This is why I don't watch this kind of anime. That's right, it's Wishbright. The Starlight Savior is at your service. There, I think that should be a good clip. Beep beep. Wishbright, can you hear me? Oh. Yeah, that phone just screams Sailor Moon. Oops, sorry Ollie, I muted comms. There was a paparazzi and a bot-a-razzi. And I wanted to give it some good footage. Is that so? Wish you know those are not agency regulated. If you engage them, they'll follow you all night in hopes of a scoop. Yeah, I know, but isn't that the plan? Ms. Vorpal wants tonight's coverage blasted all over the city. I can see the headlines now. Starlight Savior saves city from malicious monster. Rises to top scout spot. Very ambitious of you, as always. It's one of your best qualities. And a headline like that might even make her smile. Ms. Vorpal, I take it, is a bitch. What was that about my smile? Yeah, there you go. A second voice cuts into the line. It's cold and direct. Unfortunately, I know it all too well. Let me guess, the boss walked into the control room behind you? Yes, she does enjoy her dramatic entrances. Good evening, Ms. Vorpal. A pleasure as always. Good evening, Mr. Dawn. How is the mission proceeding? Smoothly and according to plan. Although Wish is fraternizing with some of the press's camera bots. And you, her agent, have an issue with Wishbright getting more screen time? Uh-oh. We have little control over what the bot records. It's a risk I would rather not take. If you would review my proposal for an agency-owned camera bot... Yes, I saw it cross my desk twice this week. I would be happy to make the purchase, Oliver. Oh? If you are willing to expand your proposal into a presentation for our accountant and submit your request before the quarter budget closes. Ah. That will be necessary. Ollie's already worked so much overtime this month to prepare for this mission. He's always so dedicated to making me the best scout I can be, even if it means working himself to an early grave. Okay, now I feel bad for Ollie. Actually, now I kind of feel like I am Ollie. At least somebody appreciates Ollie! I wasn't there to stop him last time, but now it's my heroic duty to save him from himself. Okay, that's adorable. That's what I thought. Besides, we shouldn't need to rely on agency-regulated camera bots for tonight. After all, things should go perfectly according to plan, with no opportunities for bad press. Isn't that right, Wishbright? Yep. Of course, Miss Vorpal. It will be easy as 1, 2, 3. Defeat the monster, pose for the press, and then, Wishbright's scout rank will increase, allowing her to break top 50. Exactly, what Ollie said. Very well. Then let's cut the chit-chat and proceed with getting visuals on the Zodiacs. The Zodiacs? Anybody want to take a guess as to how much pun by volume this thing is going to be? I mean, not that I mind, I've probably heard worse, mostly from my friends, but it's midnight and I'm curious. If we don't move quickly, we run the risk of other scouts swooping in and snatching up this opportunity. She's right. The other agencies have been trying to snag this baddie for weeks with no success. It's a rare chance for us smaller scouts to take on a higher class mission and potentially rank up. Mr. Dawn, do you have a lead on its position? According to my star chart, the Zodiacs is on the move again. It should be heading towards the marina. I'm sending the update to your wrist unit now. Got it! I'm on my way! I run to the edge of the roof and jump to the next one. The 20-foot leap is easy, and my landing is effortless as I continue across the rooftops of the city. Of course, I could never do this without my Starstone. Since I got it all those years ago, I've been able to use it to transform and power up. That's when I became Wishbright. The weightlessness feels like floating. It's tempting to give a whoop of exhilaration, but when I look over my shoulder, I can see the Botterazzi following me. Oh, that's right. We have to think about the footage. Ms. Vorpal won't be pleased if I look like I'm having too much fun. Instead, I try to look as cool as possible as I rooftop hopscotch my way across town. It only takes me minutes to reach the coordinates Ollie sent me. It's an alleyway just south of Planet Place, the local market square. I can hear the bustling of businesses just up the road, but thankfully there are no civilians around here. But I see something else in the shadow of the tall, dark buildings. Wishbright to SBA. I have a visual on the creature. Copy that, Wish. Can you give a description? It's a cat, but really big, like the size of a Mini Coupe. I can hear Ollie typing on the other side of the line. That aligns with the bounty. The documentation indicates it was a feline before it came in contact with the meteorite. So basically, people are getting... People, animals, things can... God, I hope not things. Inanimate objects getting this would be really, really weird. But they touch bits of Starstone and they become... whatever. Also, I want a plushie of that thing. Anybody else want a plushie of that thing? Because I want a plushie of that thing. What is its behavior? Calm. It's not really doing anything except pawing at the trash. Are we sure this is the right Zodiacs from the bounty, Ollie? I'm having a hard time imagining this gentle giant as a Class B. According to the readings from your wrist unit, the power signature in the area matches Star Chart's database. Unless you see another Zodiacs around, that's our target. I guess I should count my lucky stars that I encountered it in a good mood. Zodiaxes are the product of celestium radiation given off by unrefined starstones. When animals are in the radius of an uncontained meteorite, the ambient magic turns them into strange creatures. Yeah, there, see, I was right. They can be very powerful, but they largely maintain their basic instincts, so let's just hope that cat that got mutated wasn't orange, shall we? Guarding territory, protecting young, and in this Zodiac's case, food. Well, okie dokie then. I'm not one to look a gift Zodiacs in the mouth. That's where they keep their teeth, after all. Oh dear. A solid 4 out of 10 on the joke scale, Wish. Please do not encourage her. Aw, I thought it was pretty good. But Miss Vorpal is right. Easy job or not, I need to get my head in the game here. Alright, no more jokes. Do I have permission to engage? The line is quiet for a moment. I swear I can hear Ms. Vorpal sighing. Wishbright, do you remember our discussion about seizing the right opportunities? The whole purpose of this mission is to land some money for the agency and get you onto the charts. That cannot happen without exceptional press coverage. Opportunities for that kind of coverage will not be found here in this dingy alleyway. Right. Actually, we already have some press coverage. Scout Files and Star Watch have picked up the bot's feed and are streaming live to their blogs. I look over my shoulder to find the faithful Botterazzi hovering a few yards away. Blogs are small time, Mr. Don. We need television. What is SNN streaming right now? It appears they are covering several other Scout events. No combat. Looks like the Prince of Petals is hosting a meet and greet. And then there's Orion. He's doing a signing at Meteora Books. Orion's nearby? That Spotlight Snatcher. You know he would lasso this Zodiacs right from under our noses if he got the opportunity. Well, we still have Stormlight on standby. If any other scout closes in, we can task him with crowd control. I would prefer that as a last resort, for obvious reasons. Please explain the obvious reasons. Please explain the obvious reasons. Stormlight? He hasn't even finished his scout on boarding yet. Thank you. You've given me the reasons. Let me see if I can actually move my model somewhat. My problem is depending on where I move it, I can't necessarily see now. State effects. Avatar settings. No. Display settings. No. Display properties. No. Effects. No. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to figure out exactly how to do that. So you're just gonna have to stick with not seeing the pictures for now. But you're right, that is definitely something I should be thinking about. Yeah, I keep forgetting however many of these I do that they always have the image on the left. So next time I do one of these, I should be shimmied over to the right, hoping that doesn't mess with any UI. But thank you for flagging that up. I'll definitely give it a think. This mission must be important if Ollie let him out of the training room. Agreed. He should remain unseen if at all possible. We do not want to ruin his debut. So, what am I supposed to do now? Wait here until the press are done with the other scouts? No, the longer we wait, the more likely someone else will show up for the creature. We need a plan, some sort of way to get the press's attention. Perhaps if we... There's a burst of static and then the line goes completely dead. Oh, fantastic. Hello? Miss Vorpal? Ollie? There is no answer. Every other noise is stripped away, leaving only the sound of my ragged breathing. What's happening? Born in the inky void of space, a star shines brightest when she's alone. But she is never alone, for the years turn and time remains. Oh, sweet mother of crap, this is pretentious. It is said that time waits for no one, and yet, here I am. Eclipse. Ugh, not this again. This character's been a burr in my side, burr has 2 R's, for months now. She's an enigmatic renegade who loves showing up and messing with my missions. We fought on several occasions, trading our victories and losses evenly. Yeah, I was trying to move that layer on OBS, but, oh, it might help if I unlocked it. There you go. Better? I mean, that just mucks up you seeing the text, some of the text anyway, but I'm reading it, so that's fine. Anyway, back to it. We fought on several occasions, trading our victories and losses evenly. Despite her love of long-winded speeches, she has proven to be quite a formidable foe. Aw, I thought you'd be happier to see me, Stardust. And I thought I told you to stop calling me that. She only smiles, walking forwards towards the unmoving zodiacs. Oh boy. Strange, isn't it? Your agency was just scanning for nearby scouts, and yet they didn't pick me up? That's because you're not a scout. Her long nails scratch the cat's chin as she cocks her head in my direction. Is that so? Enigmatic as always. Oh joy. Look, Eclipse, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Whatever this is, I do not have time for it. Time? No, darling. You and I have all the time in the world. Well, I guess I walked right into that one. Fine then. What do you want? Are you trying to pick a fight? To be honest, I've been kind of itching for a rematch since she beat me last time. No, sorry to disappoint. I've only come to give you a warning. Warning? This could just be a new tactic to get in my head. She loves doing that. There's something about her expression that makes me want to believe her. Tonight is the beginning of the end. Pieces long stagnant have finally been put into motion. Yeah, I know that's not what it technically says, but I'm going to read it in a way that flows better than that. I don't know if that's Eclipse or just bad grammar on the part of the people doing it, but never mind. Love and fame, both or none. Why the hell are her eyes glowing? Your choices matter, Wishbright. For yourself and your ranking, yes. But also for this city, for all of us. The fate of us Star Scouts, of the power we pull from the heavens. All of it turns around you. All of it turns around me? Ha! That has to be one of the most ridiculous warnings I've ever heard. Are you kidding me, Eclipse? That is so cryptic. Like, what does that even mean? Man, she really is messing with me again. I knew there was no way she'd be sincere. Okay, Nostradamus. Now that you've delivered your bunk prophecy, can I get back to business? Ah, yes, well, don't let my warning get in the way of your pathetic scuffle in this dingy alleyway. Although I'm surprised you're planning to fight this creature here, when the market is merely a street away. My earlier amusement drips away, replaced with a sinking feeling of dread. Of course, that puts more people at risk, but think of the publicity you'll gain. The Starlight Savior doing battle while the entire city watches. Wonder how much your ranking would increase. Is there a point here, Eclipse? Or did you stop time so I'd be forced to listen to your stupid monologues? In an instant, she's beside me, skipping between frozen seconds to place her lips by my ear. I stiffen in surprise, but I'm unable to recoil, drawn in by the gravity of her low voice. What will it be? Charity or in the lonely dark, or heroics in the spotlight? Come on, all you have to do is chase the Zodiacs over to the square. No, I will not do that. I would never put innocent lives in danger for media attention. That's not how a real hero does it. Something you would never understand. She smirks, the expression erasing any trace of surprise. Sticking to your convictions, I see. Impressive. But then again, I have always loved how noble you are. Fortunately, for your sake, however, I'm not. It happens fast. One moment she's standing next to me, and in the next she's beside the Zodiacs. She moves too quickly for me to see her action, but the Zodiac's expression slowly shifts to one of pained rage. What did you do? Knock him dead, Stardust. Eclipse! Create a Cosmics post on Wishbright's page, and then we could... Suddenly I'm overwhelmed with sensation as the world begins moving again. Okay, I like that. Most time stops don't actually deal with, like, the fact that all of a sudden you've gone from basically nothing changing except for that one other person or whatever who are immune to it, and then all of a sudden, boom, all the noise comes back in. Nobody ever does the whole, no, wait, everything, let me catch up. Ollie, she was here. Eclipse was right in front of me. What? Eclipse? How? I don't know, but she did something to the Zodiacs. Fuck it, I am not just saying grarg. It's, yeah. Oh no! Wishbright, get a hold of yourself. What is happening? The Zodiacs is on the move. Civilian encounter is imminent. Ah! Monster! Scratch imminent is happening now. I am already swinging myself over the edge of the roof as I shout into my communicator. Permission to engage now, Ms. Vorpal? Granted. Give them a good show, Wishbright. And keep our city safe. I barely hear them as I round the corner to the square. Time seems to slow down as I take stock of the situation in front of me. Please let that be a metaphor. Civilians scatter wildly, trying to get away from the rampaging Zodiacs. However, some of them are not so lucky. Ah! I'm too cute to die! Really? Same, babe! Same! Wish to your left! I see them, Ollie! Sprinting over to the trapped civilians, I place myself between the Zodiacs and its prey. Paws off the pedestrians, kitty cat! Your reign of terror ends right meow! I think I can see why she's sort of on the bottom of the charts. I'm just saying. That was awful. That's not even a dad joke. 5 out of 10 wish a definite pun improvement. Really? I'm sorry, are your standards on the floor? At least she said it before the camera showed up. I'm just gonna let the machine roar for me at this point. It's late, and I have neighbors with small children. Oh man, I guess the Zodiacs doesn't like my puns either. Okay, that's cool. Oh. Ollie, are you seeing this? The Zodiacs is on fire! How come no one told me he would be on fire? It's not detailed in the bounty. I should really have a word with the analyst committee about updating their paperwork. A fireball whooshes past my ear as I narrowly dodge behind a car. Yeah, Ollie, updating paperwork is my top concern right now! I can see numerous people scrambling over each other to escape the block. The car alarm blares in my ears. Okay, not the smoothest start. Wait, turn that up, Oliver. SNN's coverage is shifting. I peek out from behind the car, spotting the faithful Botterazzi. A reporter is also rapidly speaking into their microphone, so maybe now is a good time to stop hiding behind a car. I am just saying. A fight at Planet Place against the Zodiacs is shaping up. Luckily, sources say there is a Star Scout on the scene. Unfortunately, we have no visuals on her, as it appears she is cowering behind a car. That's what I'm saying! Hey, that was a strategic retreat! Wishbright, get out from behind that car and look sharp. Oh geez, I'm not sure which is worse, the actual monster or the media. ¿Por qué no los dos? But I can't do nothing when people need my help. In a flash, I leap up onto the car. I can hear gasps from the few folks brave, or foolish, enough to stay and watch the action. Whoa, who is that? I feel like I saw her on Cosmics. Isn't she that revolutionary gal? Actually, RG has a bobbed hairstyle, not a ponytail. Introductions, Wishbright, unless you want to be misattributed. Right! I am the defender of dreams and the protector of promises. The Starlight Savior, Wishbright, is here to save the day. Now I'll show you all what I've got. Starlight, Starbright, lend me the power I seek tonight. I raise my right hand above my head, my palm towards the heavens. The stars that speckle across my skin glow as an answering light flares to lighten the sky. There, high up above the clouds, I can feel it. A meteorite, straight from the Titanus belt, circling our Earth, answers my call. It tumbles down, falling just like it did all those years ago. On the night I caught my starstone and my life changed forever. I wish for my star-strung bow! With one smooth move, I catch the meteorite out of the air, tossing it in an arc as it transforms in my grip. But if you're tossing it, it's not in your grip anymore. I'm overthinking this. Whoa, did she just catch that star? I've never seen a scout do that. In a wash of silvery light, the meteorite spools into the shape of my bow. It glitters in the glow from the city signs, bathing the crowd in prismatic light. Wow. I want a star bow, Mommy. Can I have one just like it? The crowd's delight fills me with strength. This is why the scout system works and why our rankings are so important. Because when the fans believe in you, there is nothing you can't do. Arrow of Aquarius! And as your arrow takes shape in the bow, shimmering with a watery glow. With one shot, I can end this. With one shot, I can save everyone, get the bounty, and rank up. The boss's voice is in my ear as I pull back the string and take careful aim. Steady, Wishbright, you are so close. Alrighty, Mr. Lion, get ready to cool off. Well, what y'all got going on here? Huh? Oh my god, look over there! It's actually him, in the flesh! Seems like you done got yourselves into a bind. Oh no. Oh my stars! Strutting across the square is the Orion Jackson. With his silvery hair, baby blue eyes, and chiseled physique, it's no wonder he's the top scout in the city. But that isn't just what makes him the best. He's just so good at his job. Will you fire the stupid arrow? Christ's sake, will you stop fangirling over your competition and fire the stupid arrow? Ah, it's Orion! Orion, oh my god, he's so dreamy. Thank you kindly, folks. Wow, he looked at us! I'm never going to blink my eyes again. I can hardly believe it. In all my years as a scout, this is the closest I have ever been to him. Shoot the frickin' lion! Well, except for one meet and greet in my civilian form, but that was totally different. Now, how's about we wrangle this critter so we can mosey on home? Mosey has an E. Yes! Save us, Orion! Oh, for pity's sake. He reaches one gloved hand behind his back and pulls out. Wow, it's the hunter's belt. Why is this happening? This is the most frustrating freaking thing. Because all of this chatter, all this talking, it's for only taking a few seconds, but firing an arrow only takes like one. So we're going to let Bozo McMeshshirt over here take our bounty because we're drooling over him? There are no words for how glad I am to be asexual at this moment, because while everybody would be going wow at him, I'd still be shooting the frickin' lion! He's used that to capture so many Zodiacs. And now I get to see him do it up close and personal. Have you realized nothing, woman? And Wishbright, Earth to Wishbright, thank you! It says something about a storyline when you're actually rooting for the cold and emotionless admin boss person. Stop fangirling this instant and focus on your mission. Thank you, Ms. Vorpal. I love you. Ms. Vorpal's stern voice jolts me back to my senses. Oh, right. I want to punt her through a wall. Yes, get it together, Wishbright. You are working tonight. You and Orion are professional peers. I square my shoulders and stride up to him as he turns away from the crowd. Excuse me, Orion, while I appreciate the help, stay back, miss. Ha! Wow, he really sent you flying. The Zodiacs lies against the nearest building in a crumpled heap. And just like that, it's over. You had the shot! Heh, y'all see that? Nothing your two-tone cowboy couldn't handle. Whoa, he took it down with the Seattle skip! Mom, I want a lasso instead of a bow. Lassos are way cooler. I look down at my hands, still gripping my bow. Aw, man. This is your fault. You are an idiot. I have zero sympathy. Across the square, Orion is working the crowd like a pro, swinging his lasso back and forth in an impressive two-beat weave. Woo! Orion! Look over here! Yeah, Orion, show us the belt! Wow, that's, something. Wait, Wish, ignore the fans. Take a look at the Zodiacs. I turn away from the crowd, my gaze locking on the prone Zodiacs, only to see the big cat stalking up behind Orion. Oh crap! I swing up my bow and aim at the creature as it prepares to attack. But Orion is already turning toward the Zodiacs, his lasso striking out with a loud crack. It all happened so fast, my arrow leaving my bow before I can stop it. Look out! It whizzes through the air, just missing Orion's neck. The hell are you doing? Sorry, I didn't realize you'd be there. Whoa, did you see that? I saw it all. That other scout just tried to kill Orion. Oh my god. Do you know how low a threshold for secondhand embarrassment I have? Like, this is made of secondhand embarrassment. Oh my god, that's so cringe. I'm I'm sorry. Attempted murder is cringe to you? Not that she actually attempted murder, but you think you are talking about attempted murder and you're calling it cringe? What? No! Ugh, heavens. Hold your horses, folks. She's just trying to help out. Silly me, I two-stepped right into the line of fire. He smiles at the crowd as he grabs me by the arm and pulls me back towards the fight. Listen here, you ever heard of a fake-out tactic? His words are only for me this time, his voice a rough whisper. What? A fake-out, where you walk away from the threat to stir up the crowd, then re-engage? No? Never mind, I ain't got time to teach rookies. Just stay back, you hear? Hey, wait a minute, I'm not a rookie. Really? And you're still not partner certified? I'm working on it, and hey, how do you know that? I got this. Lion, meet my foot. Yeah! The pained lion leaps back to plan its next move. Not bad. Thanks. But your footwork is sloppy. When it jumps at you again, you won't respond fast enough. As if he's reading the lion's mind, the creature comes at us a second time. Always right, I'm in no position for a follow-up. Thankfully, Orion is there. On your left. His lasso snaps out, forcing the Zodiacs back again. Orion sidesteps me effortlessly as he pursues the creature. As for how I know you ain't partner certified, it's your move call-outs. You're not indicating your position when you attack. He's speaking so calmly and coolly, the words interspersed with the sound of his lasso as he expertly maneuvers the Zodiacs. That's how another scout gets hit. Gods, I hope they edit these bits of text. Got it. Good advice, but getting a lecture from my idol mid-battle kinda stinks. This is still your fault! You could have just shot it before he even showed up! Or while he was basking in the love of the crowd! And yet... I have such low tolerance for idiocy. Done with me, Orion turns back to the crowd. Alright, little lion, you've been a lovely dance partner. But now that we've warmed up, how about we try the do-see-do? Do-see-do! Do-see-do! Oh, crying out loud. Wishbright, stop allowing Orion to steal the show! Yeah, I'm trying! Easier said than done, though. It's like Orion knows how to block me from getting in on the action. I'd be impressed if it wasn't so frustrating. Still, I guess I could try something else. Let's appeal to his ego. Look, I'm a huge fan, and it would be super cool if we could work together on this mission. Please? His eyes study me, and I get the feeling he's assessing me. Stay close and get ready. Yes! Got it! Arrow of Aquarius! I knock my bow as Orion's rope tricks skillfully keep the Zodiacs at bay. Over my shoulder, I catch sight of the Batarazzi from earlier. The footage from tonight is going to be crazy. Me and Orion working together? That's been on my Star Scout bucket list for years. I'm so jazzed about collaborating with my idol, I barely notice Orion shifting his weight away from me. Alright, have at it then. What? He didn't give me enough warning. I can't get my bow up. The timing is all wrong, and I can't dodge. All I can do is raise my hands and shield my face from the flames. Searing heat passes through my head, and I am suddenly knocked to the ground. I don't think I've ever been quite so unsympathetic towards a main character, with the exception of the time I tried to watch The Wolf of Wall Street, and that was a whole different kind of, what the fuck are you doing? I look up into the bluest pair of eyes I've ever seen. They are crystalline in their clarity, filled with the shifting hues of a morning sky. Dear gods. Orion saved me? Well, how about that? Ain't it a pain when your partner don't call their damn shots? I sit up as he pulls off of me. The Zodiacs is struggling a few feet away, wrapped in Orion's lasso. He did that on purpose, jackass! He must have ensnared it when he knocked me over. But why didn't he warn me he was going to jump out of the way? He just told you why. I am sorry. Why am I playing a Star Scout with the brains of a guava? Oh my god, look at that building! It's on fire! I turn to look at the apartment building behind us. True to the crowd's words, smoke is pouring out of several of the windows. I can already see the flicker of flames in a few. One of the lion's shots must have gone wide. How did we miss that? It was probably when I was babysitting you. Babysitting? It doesn't matter. We have to do something. No, don't even think about it. Wishbright, your job is here with the Zodiacs. Make Orion go deal with the fire. Then you can get the bounty. But Miss Vorpal... Help me! The voice is faint and sounds like it's coming from above us. Peering through the smoke, I can barely make out a figure waving their hands on one of the upper balconies. Orion, you should... No, don't even think about it. I don't do fires. What? What do you mean you don't do fires? Just wait for the fire department. They should be here any minute. Please, it's my sister. We're trapped. What am I doing? The press doesn't matter when someone's in danger. Hold on, I'm coming. Hey, wait a minute. Here we go. Wishbright, what was the #1 thing I said you could not do tonight? Go rogue. The objective is behind you. Wishbright, are you even listening to... I'll get in trouble for disabling my comms later, but there are more important things to worry about right now. Okay, I like her slightly better now. Sort of. I jump up and grab the windowsill of the building, flipping myself over the metal railing and into the blaze. I move as quickly as I can, climbing past the fireball-twisted ruins of the fire escape. Eventually, with the help of my superpowered scout form, I reach the upper apartment. There is a girl leaning over the railing, maybe 11 or 12. Her skin is soot-streaked, the only clean part her tear-stained cheeks. You came! She sobs the words, clutching at my skirt with shaking hands. Yes, it's going to be okay. I'm Wishbright. What's your name? Mary, but... Her crying gets louder, shoulders shaking with it. I put my hands on hers, holding them gently as I detach her from my costume. One of the first things we learn as scouts is how to calm distressed civilians. Just take a deep breath, Mary. Let me know what you need. The girl points toward the hallway leading further into the apartment. The entryway is blocked by burning debris. My sister! She's stuck back there! Got it. Okay, I'm gonna need you to stay out here. Get low to the ground if you can. I'll go inside and get your sister, alright? The girl nods, immediately following my instructions. I quickly make my way inside the apartment, reeling at the onslaught of heat. But as bad as it is for me, it must be worse for the little girl trapped inside. I can hear crying coming from the end of the hallway, the sound interspersed with choking coughs. It's easy enough to move the debris with my hands. My palms sting, but do not burn. I'm used to handling meteorites all the time. This is nothing. With each inch, I advance through the smoke, getting closer and closer to the bedroom. Are you okay in there? Sissy! Sissy, help me! Just stand back from the door and I'll get you out of there. I give the girl a moment to move, and then I execute a strong kick on the wood of the door. A child comes stumbling out when the splinters have cleared, slamming into my knees. Ah, Sissy! Shh, it's all right. I'm a scout. I'm here to save you. I gingerly pick up the little kid, wrapping my arms around her. She kicks and screams, surprising me with the ferocity of her blows. No, where's Mari? Hey, I'm trying to take you to her. Geez, she's so squirmy. Wish I had one of those shelter tech blankets. I could wrap her up and make a kiddo burrito. I do my best to shield the squalling girl with my body as we move back through the apartment. Behind me, I can hear the fire roar. Almost there! We burst outside, the night air feeling like a cool balm against my hot skin. Mari looks up from where she's crouching near the railing. You found her! Violet wriggles in my arms at the sound of her sister's voice. You see, she didn't tell us her name because she was too busy kicking and screaming, and Mari didn't tell us either as far as I saw. But never mind. It's alpha gameplay. Sissy! I want Sissy! Yes, here you go. Carefully, I hand the little rapscallion over to Mari. Violet clings to her sister's shirt and sobs loudly. Phew, she was a handful, but at least she's safe now. The older sister isn't looking much better, her small face flushed under a layer of ash. It's so high up, how are we going to get down? Yeah, that is the question. I've been trained to handle high-stress situations, but with Violet's crying and all the smoke, it's hard to think straight. Even so, I jump up on the balcony and assess our escape options. I can't help but look at the square below, where I can still see Orion and the gathered crowd. Seems like he's successfully hog-tied the Zodiacs with his lasso, securing the creature. Man, there goes my bounty. But this was the right choice. I don't know if these girls would have made it without me. I pull my gaze away from the square and scan the side of the structure. It's too dangerous to climb down the balconies carrying 2 kids. And the fire escape was obliterated on this side of the building. I'll have to find some way to get them to the rooftop to access the other one. If only I had another pair of hands. Perhaps I can be of assistance, fair one. Hello? If I wind up fangirling again and somebody chokes to death, I am going to be so pissed off. What? I am so surprised by the voice that I stumble, nearly losing my balance on the metal railing. Oh, please do be careful. There's pressure under my arms and around my waist, steadying me. I look down to find... vines? My eyes travel up to their source, a pair of long-fingered and elegant hands. There, that's better, no? It's another scout, pristine and ethereal in his flowing costume. He is hovering at eye level, standing on a curled vine with petals and flowers falling from his living platform. You're the Prince of Petals, right? Ah, I see my reputation precedes me. Indeed, 'tis I, the Master of Meadows, the Soldier of the Seeds. Neo Seattle's 36th rank scout. The Prince of Petals at your humble service. He folds into a bow, the gesture full of an artful grace I could only hope to emulate. I'm so glad you're here. We need... Oh, but of course you're glad. I am the Prince of Petals, after all. Will you stop being self-important? I was liking you for a minute. Why am I here, you ask? A fantastic and astute question. Will you shut up? Wait, I didn't ask anything. Born here 'twas I on the wings of tricksome fate. For on my stroll home I heard the wailing cries of some distraught banshee. Piercing, shrill, unceasing and ever demanding. So of course I came to investigate and to soothe such an irascible beastie for the sake of the city. Do I have to romance any of these weirdos? I don't want to romance any of these weirdos. For whenever the heart of our fair kingdom is troubled, I shall be there to tend it. I have heard the prince is a bit over the top, but this is over the top and then some. Still, I guess he succeeded. Both girls are staring silently at the prince, unsure what to make of him. Salad? Now, this is the part where you all applaud. Salad! Thank you, by the way. Violet just starts screaming. Kicking me or not, I like this kid. Oh dear, did that not appease? Fret not, I shall try another sonnet. There once was a child from Idlewild. No! This is no time for poetry! That's right, I need to have a firm hand. It's clear if I give this guy an inch, he's going to take the whole mile. Look, I need your help evacuating these kids. Evacuating, you say? Yes! Haven't you noticed the building is on fire? Ah, yes, I see. Does he? Mostly he just looks nonplussed. Are you familiar with evac protocol 607B? We can use your vines as the means of civilian transport. Ah, yes, 607B. A capital idea. Robust, even. This is a thesaurus wrapped in, like, leaf. This is not a man. This is a thesaurus wrapped in leaf. Okay, great. We can start by... Whoa! Gentle one, there are no words for how honored I would feel to perform such a sacred duty with you. This gives a whole new meaning to in front of my salad. If this is one of the romance options. I mean, I guess in front of my salad is different to with my salad. I don't know. Anyway, why is he holding my hand to his chest? Likewise? But we need to move. Right now. Before the fire reaches us out here. Oh, yes, of course. It is no time for speaking. Now is a moment of action. To be fair, you are the one monologuing. Little flower, hand me your sister post-haste. I shall escort her and yourself down from this treacherous trap. Wait, she's a little... Ah! I want Sissy! No, that is enough tears, small one. A beautiful bud like yourself shouldn't cry. With a flourish, there is a white flower in his other hand. Its crimped petals rustle in the night wind. That it does not need an apostrophe. I am just saying. The small girl stops crying, fascinated by the bit of magic. This is a gardenia, my favorite flower. Wishbright will remember this. He hands it to Violet, who takes it with shaky hands. It smells good. Yes, I find it impossible to be sad when the smell of gardenias is in the air. Wouldn't you agree? Violet nods again, before offering him a shy little smile. My name is Violet. It's a flower, too. Lovely to meet you, Violet. A most beautiful blossom for a beautiful girl. Man, I can't believe how easily he charmed her. My name is Marigold. I'm also a flower. And it looks like Violet isn't the only one who's charmed. Well then, Marigold, step onto my vines, and I shall have you out of here in no time. I try to keep the smile off my face as he offers Mary a bow, the gesture still graceful even though he's holding Violet, only to be interrupted as the fire roars up around us. Ah! Now, no need to be frightened, my darlings. I have you. Just hold on to me, and I shall take you to the ground. Will you be all right, my lovely scout? Yes, I'm fine. Get them out of here. I watch his platform of petals spiral down to the ground with him and the sisters in tow, which means Salad Dude is going to get the credit for this one. I'm glad they're safe, but I'm worried about how fast this fire is spreading. I should check to make sure everyone else got out okay. Planning our next move? The prince has returned, hovering again by the balcony. I notice he looks slightly mussed, with sweat trickling down his skin. Maybe the heat's getting to him? But he should be protected by his stone, right? I've been in the building for several minutes, and it just feels like a minor sunburn to me. Come now, share with me your plan for attack. I have a vision. You, my valiant queen, leading the charge into the crumbling castle. I will follow behind to serve as your faithful sword and shield. I don't know what to do with this. And then we shall do glorious battle and end the reign of this fiendish fire once and for ack! The ending of the prince's inspiring speech is cut off as he erupts into a coughing fit. Are you okay? Fine, love. Just a slight tickle in the throat. He doesn't look fine. If anything, he looks worse than he did before. Oh, I didn't think of it before. You have plant powers. They probably don't mix with the fire, right? No, I have no weakness. I am the Prince of Petals, the protector of... Look, you can just stay here. I need to go help everyone else in the building. No, I swear I can serve. Just let me... He bends over, holding his middle as his eyes stream. This isn't how it is supposed to go. I am a prince. Princes are not useless. The words are quiet and stark. They are completely unlike his bombastic attitude from earlier. I need to get inside to check for civilians, but I can't just leave him like this. Just flag up where he is useful. You'd be useful outside. I'm going to send everyone else I find to the windows and balconies. It'll be up to you to get them down to the street. Really? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see your flowers. Just like Violet was. Yes, I suppose you are right. For I am the Prince of Petals, after all. Well, it seems like he's back to his normal self. The master of meadows, the soldier of seeds, the guardian of gardenias. Oh, and she's clever, too. I quite like that one. I shall use it forthwith. This is another one of those cases where I find them annoying, but only because it's not the time. Yeah, goofy little guy is... that about sums it up, yeah. I can see it a little more now, just less when he's kind of ignoring, like, kids about to burn to death. Anyway, glad to help. Now, if you'll excuse me... Oh, do be safe in there, my Stardrop. Parting is such sweet sorrow. He's grabbing my hand again, holding it tightly. In fact, I think I'll wear a pink peony on my breast. A reminder of this chance encounter. Okay, kudos to the artist. This guy's teeth are green. Look at that. Just little tinges. Not, you know, I never brush my teeth green, but, like, I am largely plant green. That's kind of cool. And I will dream of you. Dreams filled with... Yes, I get it! I'll see you in a bit! Oh, whites in his eyes are, too. Okay, yeah, kudos to the artist. It's that little tinge of otherworldly, but not so much that you're put off. Yeah, okay. I dart away from the prince before he can stall me with any more farewells. At this point, the sister's apartment is quite charred. I gingerly move through the door and out into the hallway. I'll follow protocol and start at the bottom for a full building sweep. It's slow work, and the heat is relentless. But it was all worth it. I find a couple of civilians stuck under collapsed walls or unable to bypass flaming rubble. Get to the windows of balconies if you can. The Prince of Petals is waiting. The lower floors are damaged. Please head upwards. This way, ma'am. Just a little bit further. Although I am largely heat resistant, I can feel the smoke creeping into my lungs. My eyes are stinging as I finish my final check of the top floor and step out onto the roof. Okay, I evacuated all the rooms. That should be everyone. But, the heat and smoke are really getting to me. There's a pinching pain at the base of my neck, coupled with the telltale bone-deep body aches. Our stones can protect us from most everything, but the more we use them, the harder it is on our bodies. I need to get out of here, and soon. I tap my wrist unit, trying to wake the display. Ollie? Ollie, do you copy? The only response I get is the crackle of empty static. Looks like the heat damaged it. Guess I'm on my own then. I scan the rooftop, trying to spot a way out through the billowing clouds of ash. Ahead of me, I can barely make something out. A silhouette materializing in the gloom. I swear, if this one gives me a lip full of bombast, I am going to... Okay, really wish I could punch him in his face. Or them in their face, maybe. Did I miss a civilian, or am I imagining things? I take a breath to call out, but I start coughing as my throat fills with stinging embers. Squinting through the tears, I can see the figure step through the curtain of smoke. Stormlight? Starbright Agency's newest scout in training, and potentially my professional partner in crime. Apparently he was doing odd jobs around SBA as a temp, and Ms. Vorpal was so impressed with him she offered him a scout position on the spot. That's almost unheard of in the business, so I thought he'd be a natural at hero work. But on the contrary... Wishbright. Holy smokes, I can't believe I just climbed a burning building. Was that insane? Also, isn't it, like, super bad for your health to huff this stuff? We should at least have oxygen tanks or something, right? He's a bit of a mess. It's crazy I haven't passed out yet. It's crazy you haven't passed out yet. How long have you been up here? When I was running over here, I was imagining finding you keeled over, and I was freaking out. I do have CPR training from my one summer as a lifeguard, but I haven't used it since high school, and... Stormlight! It's okay. Remember, when we're in our scout forms, we have heightened resistance to things like this. Oh, right. As if to contradict me, an ice pick of pain inches its way through my brain. Well, that resistance only goes so far. But if I tell Storm like that, it might scare him even more. We should still get out of here before this place collapses. Which route did you take up? After Mr. Dawn lost connection with you, he calmed me and talked me through scaling the building. It was pretty rough, but there was no other way since the fire escape was destroyed. I guess we can climb down the way I came up. Wouldn't it be easier to just use the other fire escape over there? What? There's another fire escape? Man, I guess Ollie isn't letting up on that onboarding training. He's been working with Storm on his tactical climbing for weeks. That doesn't matter. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm here to get you to safety. Stormlight draws himself up into a pose. It's one I'm certain Ollie coached him on, and despite the dire situation, I can't stop my smile. I remember when I learned my first scout pose. I was just as stiff as he is. Thanks, Stormlight. No prob. Actually, saying no prob sounds like an inappropriately casual response to a literal emergency, huh? If I'm rescuing citizens, I should probably say, just doing my duty, or something like that. I laugh. It turns into a stinging cough at the end. Well, no prob works for now. Stormlight motions through the haze, and the two of us make our way towards the edge of the building. I can feel my head getting lighter and lighter from lack of air. I wish I could use my costume to cover my nose and mouth, but it's designed more for visual appeal than practicality. My feet are dragging against the hot concrete. Distantly, I hear Stormlight talking to someone. I got her, Mr. Dawn. Everything's okay, and we're on our way down. Yeah, I'm just... Huh? Oh. Hello, ma'am. Uh-oh, it's the boss. Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. He reaches up to mute his comms, shoulders slumping as he sighs. She is so scary. And now she is so pissed. I'm sorry. This is all because I went off book. And now I'm dragging our resident rookie into my mess. Well, those people needed someone to help them, right? Isn't that what being a scout is all about? Before I can answer, the building under our feet gives an ominous groan and shudders. Stormlight tenses up next to me. What was that? Nothing good. We need to... Suddenly, I hear a loud, hollow thud. The ground rolls, pitching like a ship caught in a wave. I stumble forward, hand reaching vainly for the railing of the fire escape, only to find it gone, along with a chunk of the wall. Oh no! I'm in the open air, at least 60 feet from the alleyway below. They train us to handle situations like this, but my thoughts are sluggish and choked with smoke. I flail for something. Anything. Then... Wish bright! I'm wrenched upward, held tight by an iron vice around my arm. I got you! My eyes shoot open, to find myself suspended in the open air, caught between the charred edges of the fire escape. The only thing between me and the pavement is Storm's strong grip on my wrist. But what happened? Explosion, I think. Maybe the fire hit one of the gas mains? On my left, a large hole has been punched in the side of the building, flames licking up the bricks. I'm gonna pull you up, okay? Storm's arms flex, powerful muscles moving under his skin. Yeah, I noticed that even in the harrowing scenarios, in fact, especially in the harrowing scenarios, the description goes a little Mills and Boone. Or Harlequin novel, I think, is the US version. Or whatever. Anyway. I know he's been training, but I never realized he was so strong. Good thing I never skipped arm tight! Despite the perilous situation, I can't help but laugh at Storm's awkward joke. Is that so? No, I just moved a lot of packages in the mailroom. With Storm's assistance, I'm able to get one hand up onto the metal platform. It shudders under our combined weight, making both of us freeze. Uh-oh. His grip tightens, panic etched in every line of his frame. I've been in some tough spots during my time as a scout, but this is Storm's first time doing anything beyond routine training. It's natural to be overwhelmed. It's okay, Storm. We are going to get out of this together, okay? He takes a shaky breath, but nods. When he looks at me, his electric green eyes are wide but full of trust. Do you have a plan? I survey our surroundings, assessing the situation. I have no magic now, so my wish is out of the question. We need something, anything we can use to get down. The fire escape is gone. All that remains is a twisted metal pole. That's it! Your power, Storm! You're magnetic, right? Maybe you could pull us to that pole over there? I didn't think it was possible for Storm to become any paler. Not with that skin tone, certainly. Are you sure? I'm still so bad with them. Not to mention, I don't have any gear I can't really control. Above us, the metal gives a shriek of protest. Encouragement. Encourage the rookie. You've got this, Storm. Think of all the practice you've done over the last couple of weeks. This is just another day in the mailroom. Arm day, right? Right. Okay then, here goes nothing. I can't see what Storm is doing, but I can feel the rising heat of his body. My metal belt begins to float, pulled closer to Storm's charged skin. It's working! Yeah, I think I got it! There's a loud crack beneath us, the fire escape beginning to twist around Stormlight. We both stare at each other, shocked. Oh, I didn't think... The weakened platform gives one final cry before it begins, pitching us into the open air. For one awful moment, we are plummeting unimpeded, rushing towards the concrete below us. Then, miraculously, we are wrenched sideways towards the direction of the pole. I got it! Hold on tight to me! There's a loud clang, followed by a rush of air as we spin down around the spiraling debris. I tighten my grip on Stormlight's jacket, the breath ripped from my lungs as we begin our spiraling descent. We spin and slide until finally we slip off the fire escape to tumble together onto the damp asphalt. For a moment, all we can do is lie in a pile, chests heaving in unison. Yeah, we are so Mills and Boone. We are so Mills and Boone sometimes. You did it! I did. He sits up under me, propping himself up with trembling arms. Jeez, Wish, when you went over the side, I nearly had a heart attack. But I got you without even thinking about it. Just reached out and BAM! Go, go, magnet hands! You sure did. You were great. I did a good job. Just like a real scout. The expression on Storm's face makes me feel warm inside. You saved my life. You are a real scout. Well, ain't this as sweet as rhubarb pie? Fuck off! Our giddy conversation is interrupted by a pair of stylish, mismatched boots. I look up to find... Glad to see it both made it out alive, rookies. Orion stands over us, his strong form silhouetted by the flashing lights of the fire trucks. He looks composed and untouched, despite having wrangled the Zodiacs into submission. Meanwhile, I'm covered in soot and sweat and straddling my co-worker. You made a right fool of yourself running in like that. And it seems the foolishness just continues. Stormlight realizes our position at the same time I do. We both scramble to our feet. Hey! Stormlight's sudden volume makes me jump. He's never usually this bold. Wishbright is an amazing scout. Just because she dashed in without a plan and we fell off the roof doesn't mean she didn't do the right thing. Thanks, I think. Orion shoulders off the wall and strides purposefully towards us. And just who are you supposed to be? I'm Stormlight. I'm the magnetic maniac who's stuck on justice. Now that I say it out loud, I think that catchphrase is pretty bad. Is this who you're getting partner certified for? I can see why it's taken a while. Stormlight saved my life back there. He's plenty good. Uh-huh. And why'd you need saving in the first place? God, looking like an amateur in front of my idol. How could this get any worse? I think worse is you're not realizing that this is not a man to idolize. He is a jackass! Now, number one, must you be so severe? With a shower of petals, the prince descends into the alleyway, coming to stand in our little group. Not all of us can be as talented as you. Prince, I'm so glad he made it out okay. Jeez, where's the weed whacker when I need it? You don't like him? I automatically like him. I really dislike you. Oh, sharp as ever with those plant puns, Orion. I find them quite cutting. I'm absolutely nettled by them. Your thorns, as always, are so... Don't you got something better to do? Oh, well, I could ask the same of you, number one. Shouldn't you be basking in the adoration of the press? Like a patch of purple plampas pushing plants out of their proper plots. Funny. I would have thought you'd love a chance to steal the spotlight. It's what you're best at, after all. Wow, you could cut the tension in here with a scythe. I guess these two have some bad blood between them? Stormlight must feel the atmosphere shift as well. He edges around the other two scouts, eyes darting towards the exit. His voice is quiet when he leans towards me. We should probably get going, right? Mr. Dawn said we should go straight back to the agency to report in. And he said to be careful not to get caught by that bot. Not so hasty, my good fellows. Whenever I see a fresh face, I simply must make introductions. I hear Orion groan as the prince spins gracefully over to Stormlight. He takes one of his hands and swoops into a kneel with his own palm over his heart. The Prince of Petals, darling. My name precedes me, I know. And to whom do I have the pleasure of meeting this fine evening? Stormlight looks totally bewildered, and his ears are really red. The prince doesn't seem fazed at all. I guess this is a common reaction. Ah, the strong, silent type. How wonderful. The prince pats Stormlight's hand, and then his bright eyes alight on me. In a moment, he's close, offering me an unfurling rose with perfect purple petals. And Wishbright, it is a delight to see you hale and whole. I enjoyed our partnership earlier. We ought to work together again. Our harmony would be sublime. She ain't partner certified. Whatever harmonizing y'all did was against regulations. Oh, boo. What a curmudgeon you are. Besides, we should let the lovely Wishbright decide what's best for her. That could be fun. Sure, it could be fun to work together again sometime. This ain't about fun. Is that so, two-toned? Personally, I think you could use a bit more fun in your life. Besides, even an aphid like you can admit it would be advantageous to have an exquisite partner like Wishbright. You should have seen her lead the charge up there. She rescued every last soul from that insidious inferno, all while looking like an absolute goddess. Ah, his smile is so bright. Oh, it was no big deal. We wouldn't have gotten everyone out without your help. I'm saved from my awkwardness by Stormlight. He lightly touches my arm. Psst, Wishbright! The boss wants to know what's taken so long. We should really go. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a shadow pass by the mouth of the alleyway. Could that have been a fan? Maybe someone from the press? If we're attracting attention, maybe Stormlight's right about getting a move on. Now listen, number one. Scout teams are perennial staples. They are always in season. What could you possibly have against them? Mayhap you're worried an ardent Amazon like Wishbright might knock you off your pretty pedestal? Orion's icy eyes drift toward mine. His stare is startlingly cool, like the first breath after chewing a mint. Nah. Something about that response and the expression on his face, it rubs me the wrong way. You know what? Yeah, no, I get to have words. I don't know, you were working pretty hard to keep up with me in the square earlier. Oh my god, did I just say that? Huh, that's so. But I'm the one who got that bounty. All you have is a singed costume. Before I can respond, I notice the same shadow as before. It's making a beeline towards us. It's moving at inhuman speeds, reminding me of the zodiacs in the square. Look out! Beep beep. The Botterazzi. Where is our adversary? I shall turn them into compost! Hold your horses, y'all. Oh, it's just a... Ah! Everyone is moving, but we're so close together we're knocking into each other. I trip over someone's foot, and I pitch forward towards the street. Wishbright! Hey, oof! I'll catch you, my blossom! Beep, beep, click. And so, that's how we ended up here. I was on the front page of Idle Weekly's newest edition, and trending on Astro for the rest of the week. Just not in the way she'd hoped. The following morning, I report to Ms. Vorpal for a debrief. Last night, I was too exhausted to do anything more than de-transform and pass out on the agency couch. But that was just delaying the inevitable conversation with the boss. I stopped by Ollie's small cubicle on the way, letting my arms drape over the fabric walls. You know, it was actually nice to see a character, just looking at the character models here. Like, she has hips. She has, like, curves. She is shaped like an actual woman. He's deep in concentration, glasses lit by his typical array of monitors. Oh, dear gods, my admin assistant is Gendo Ikari. I know from experience that when he's this focused, nothing short of an earthquake will shake him loose. Yeah, Gendo Ikari is my, just, like, nice version of Gendo Ikari. Well, that or... Morning, Ollie! Ah! Hello, Wish! Did you sleep well last night? I conked out as soon as I got back, actually. What about you? He smiles, the expression highlighting the lavender circles under his eyes. Here and there. So, that's a no. He must have been doing some serious damage control. Ollie, no need to apologize. Late nights simply come with the territory. He stretches, rolling out his shoulders as he stands. I'm glad you got a good night's sleep. You'll need your energy for this. Ollie holds the door for me as I step into the office. The austere grandeur of Miss Vorpal's suite feels oppressive, an extension of her iron will. Normally when I come in here, I get lost just looking at her second-gen scout memorabilia. But something tells me she isn't going to want to share stories about her time as a hero. Good morning, Miss Vorpal. Good morning, Wishbright. I trust you slept well? Well, a surprise to us all, considering that last night you humiliated yourself and this agency on live television. Take a look at this morning's edition of Idle Weekly. The boss throws a magazine down on her desk, and the picture is front and center. What else is on this? Hot photos of number one's latest conquest, mysterious new scout, who is the enigmatic Eclipse, bonus, Citrine spills all, new album, Orion breakup, huh. Clothing line, and more. Idle Weekly, Starlight Savior caught by hunky heroes. Is this up-and-coming rookie wishing for something more? And that's where this comes in. Oh no. I can see by the look on your face that you realize the gravity of this situation, but just so we're clear, I will elaborate. Not only did you give a poor show during the Zodiac's fight, you deliberately disobeyed orders and fled the scene. You gave up your bounty to not just anyone, but the most prolific scout in the city. And he came out of this whole situation looking like a hero. A venerated veteran rescuing a reckless novice. Ma'am, not now, Dawn. I'm not finished with her. Wishbright, do you understand how hard I worked to get you this mission? To keep other scouts off that ridiculous lion's tail? All you needed to do was follow orders and show the city that you deserve to increase your ranking, which she accomplished. What? My ranking increased? Yes, Wishbright, you're 49th. The number echoes around my head, growing bigger and bigger with each passing second. I'm in the top 50? Seriously? That means I'm on the frickin' board. I'm on Star Chart. Congratulations, Wish. This is so exciting for you. No way, Ollie. It's us. We've been working on this for months. Let me check my phone. Is my name there? My promo photo? I'm interrupted by the loud smack of a palm against wood. Enough of this pointless jubilation. Yes, you are in the top 50, but you will not remain there. We all know that this is an artificial inflation due to meaningless social media drivel. Once you fade back into obscurity, your ranking will decrease. People are talking about me? What are they saying? I think this is a good time to remind everyone that Wishbright led the evacuation of a structurally compromised buildings and saved dozens of lives. Oh, Dawn, you and I both know her success is not the leading story here. Why don't you tell our dear Wishbright exactly what the fans online are saying about her? Ollie? Well, there's some interest in your powers and your costume design. Oh, that's been relatively positive. And there's a small community of hobbyists interested in constructing a prop version of your bow and arrow, which I thought was quite charming. Ollie! All right, fine. You should see it for yourself. He passes me his tablet, the one he carries around all day and scribbles on. On it is one of the most popular chat rooms on Astro. Wow, did you see the way she was hugging our Orion? Yeah, like, who even is she? My Astro fan cam was ruined by her falling into every shot. The prince was there too, and they were working together? Are they dating? No, not our prince. I'll die before he's with anyone but me. Settle down, Verdance. Our radiant prince wouldn't want us fighting over him. Okay, but like, who is that other guy? Is he with SBA? I don't know, but whoever he is, he can do so much better. But we can all agree she has a very appealing costume and lovely personality, right? You wrote that last comment, didn't you, Ollie? I was just thinking that myself. Oliver clears his throat and adjusts his glasses, something I've only seen him do when he's stalling for words. Yes. I received a lot of downvotes, which I realize is less than ideal. Less than ideal? This is the worst! At last, something we can all agree on. Respectfully, I disagree. Outside of chat room comments, there are reputable publications who have referenced her involvement in the incident and written about her in a favorable light. They are few and far between. The Chronicler and SNN are both running the Prince's account, and I do not see them stopping anytime soon. The Prince's account? What's that supposed to mean? The answering silence doesn't bode well. Oliver adjusts his glasses again. Last night I put out a press release concerning your activities in the apartment building and how you helped the victims escape. Okay, that sounds promising. What's the catch? The Prince of Petals and his agency beat us to it. They took full credit for the operation. My chair clatters to the floor as I jump to my feet. You can't be serious! That backstabbing pedal pusher. We also couldn't recover footage of what happened inside the building. As you know, licensed paparazzi are not allowed within residential structures. The Prince is ranked 36th. His version of events, or that of his agency, is more trustworthy than ours. And unlike you, he did not overextend himself so that he could tell his tale on several news outlets this morning. So everyone has come out of this looking amazing, but I just look... I can't finish the sentence. But unfortunately, the boss can. All we've managed to do tonight is paint the picture of an incompetent hero. You embarrassed not only yourself, but the entirety of Starbright. My vision begins to cloud. I can feel my fingernails digging into my palms. But those kids! Someone had to save them! I was doing the right thing. I was being a hero. Wishbright, unless you realize that being a scout is more than foolishly running off into dangerous situations, we are going to have a problem. A problem that could, and very well might, lead to your termination as an employee of this agency. Ma'am, please, quiet Dawn. She needs a wake-up slap, not your coddling hand. This is not the era of the old heroes. This is a business. This is your job. Are you going to step up and do your job, or are we going to have a problem, Aurora? I'll do my job. I'm not going to cry. I won't cry in front of her. A comforting hand squeezes my shoulder. Ollie, surely this meeting is for more than just discipline? Astute, Mr. Dawn. I do, in fact, have a solution for this mess. We've already discussed it. Excuse me? The boss gestures broadly to the magazine on her desk. This is the content that Neo Seattle wants to see. And that is what we will give them. Starlight Savior caught by hunky heroes. Is this up-and-coming rookie wishing for something more? This is meaningless tabloid gossip, nothing more. Gossip, yes. Meaningless, no. The boss has a thoughtful look on her face that I've learned is never a good sign. Wait, you can't mean... Oh, yes. We need to significantly raise your ranking before Constellation this year. You have demonstrated that you cannot manage this on your own. So we are going to rebrand you, not as a solo hero, but part of a duo. You'll have a partner, a professional foil, a love interest. What? Is she joking? She never jokes, but how can she be serious? Ms. Vorpal, I object to this. Of course you do. I wasn't informed of this strategy. As Wishbright's agent, I cannot in good faith allow you to force her into a relationship. It's unethical. Oh, calm down, Oliver. Don't be obtuse. This is a temporary ploy, a convincing farce to drum up interest to boost Wishbright's rank. Staged dates, exciting twists and turns, all devised to captivate the public and press. Purely professional. A bit mundane given how common it is in the industry, but then again, it gets results. Wait, is Ms. Purple suggesting that the other agencies have done this? Relationships between scouts are common, and the press loves to talk about them, but I can't imagine them being fake. I am aware of the persistent success of this tactic. However, that does not excuse the emotional labor involved in this kind of performance. As if defending the city from villains and monsters isn't already an emotional burden. A little fake relationship drama would barely tip the scale. Wishbright is hardly up for this sort of... Will you stop speaking for your charge? I want to hear what she thinks. Words won't come out. Thoughts buzz in my head. The boss isn't wrong. I deal with stressful situations every time I put on my costume and take the name Wishbright. But pretending to date someone when I've never even... Why not? I kind of like some of them anyway. How would it work? Wishbright, you don't need to force yourself. It's okay, Ollie. I appreciate you sticking up for me, but I should hear Ms. Vorpal out. Quite right, Wishbright. I appreciate your initiative on this. I've already made some preliminary calls and curated a dossier of choices. You just need to put on a good show with whomever I pick. Her words are like stones dropping into the pit of my stomach. Hold on. You're going to choose for me? That is correct, but don't pout, Wishbright. I will make the best selection with consideration for your brand and image. If it makes you feel better, I will attempt to take your preferences into account when it comes to a potential match. My preferences? Yes, your preferences. What you find attractive. We will need the chemistry to be convincing, after all. Oh god, I'll have to tell Ms. Vorpal about my tastes? Don't make that face. You can express such intimate sentiments to your agent. Mr. Dawn will then relay the information to me. Beside me, Ollie stiffens. That would be better if Ollie didn't look so uncomfortable with the idea. Use this person to skyrocket yourself to fame. After that, you can do as you wish with them. If Orion gets chosen for me, can I, stuff him in a packing crate and ship him off to Guam? I'd really like that. You still want... I'm sure that should be to be number one. You still want to be number one, yes? When I dreamed about being number one, I thought it would be on my own merits. But I've worked so hard. If I give up now, it will all have been for nothing. Yes. Good. Then consider this an important lesson on your journey. To have a dream is simple. To manifest it takes strength. I know you have this strength, Wishbright. I've believed it since the day we first met. There is a reason that only a few can achieve it, and that most end up... Her eyes skirt to the side, eyeing the case with her costume and various awards. Falling short. But I will not let that happen to you, nor will your agent. Isn't that right, Mr. Dawn? Of course, Miss Vorpal. I always strive to have Wishbright's best interests at heart. This guy has the biggest crush on her, doesn't he? Tell me I'm wrong. Well, at least Ollie will be on my side, no matter what happens. Wonderful. I'm glad we're aligned in this matter. You will meet with your agent tomorrow to discuss my dossier. I look forward to hearing his report. Until then, you are both dismissed. I didn't know it then, but that was the day everything changed. Dreams are complicated things, beautiful in your head, but messy when made. If I had known the impact mine would have on my life, the lives of the people I care about, and even the city itself, would I have still gone for everything I wanted, put my heart and mind into each and every piece? Would I still have caught that star and wished to have it all? I figured we were coming up to the end of that, a little longer than my usual demos, but, okay, here's the thing about this one. Yeah, I spent a lot of time yelling at it, but I liked yelling at it. Yelling at it was fun. I think that's exactly what I get out of dating sims. That's why I like Date Everything. That's why I like the Monster Prom thing, which I need to play a bit more of. It's not that I really enjoy the stories because they are just so, and I'm going to use the word they used there, but properly this time, cringe. But I love yelling at them. I love yelling at how stupid they're being. Like, I mean, I'm obviously not hot and horny for any of them because hot and horny is not in my bag of tricks, like, at all. Some of them were. I'm sure that if the agency lady, Ms. Vorpal, would have my head if I went for the rookie, the one who's not even properly approved yet. But I like him. To be fair, I kind of like Ollie, too. He's the most... I like the supportive ones, which is why Petal Prince pisses me off. Yay for alliteration. But yeah, it's weird. It's like, yeah, I spent a lot of my time cursing these people out. And yet I want to do it more? Yeah, you see, I like puppies. I like puppy energy. This is why every single time I play Dragon Age Origins, and believe me, I played Dragon Age Origins so many times. And you know what? I never romanced anybody but Alistair. DA2, I romanced other people. Inquisition, I romanced other people. Vilgard, I've actually romanced more than I have in any game, the rest of those games combined. But I could never, ever, ever romance anybody but Alistair in Origins. I couldn't do it because he's a puppy. And I like the puppies. Anyway, yeah, so I might actually get this one, but it's not quite for the reasons that you might expect. Although it does mean that they did a good job, because if it's that fun to yell at, and I did it with soap operas too. I do, but I have not got all the way through it yet. Shadowheart was my full-on romance in that particular case, but that's because my bard goes for the dark-haired religious ones. So, one of these days there's going to be one that romances Will, and probably Gale. Maybe Karlach, but that's heartbreaking. But then again, you get to go and, like, take on Avernus itself with her, so that could be kind of cool. Astarion, maybe, but that's the thing, I need to find the right characters for that. To explain how I handle RPGs, it's not, like, self-insert-y exactly. I have a whole dossier list of character templates in my head that I take into every RPG, in part so that I don't spend like 3 hours in the character creation screen trying to figure out what I want to do. So every time there's a new one out, I just pull out the character Rolodex and go, okay, I'm going to play this character. Let's see how I can make them in this game. It gives me focus. I've got my cheeky device-loving rogues. Relatively recently, I say relatively, but it's been years since you guys made me actually make an NPC a part of the team. Very straightforward bard. Sweet and adorable mage, right up until you piss her off, in which case everything burns, and then, sorry, here, have a cookie. Yeah, but honestly, Astarion being made of trauma, it just occurs to me. That means that the Tor version of Miche would probably end up with Astarion, because aside from Sith Lord, who she's still keeping at, like, arm's length despite the whole fake marriage thing with one of her aliases, which I guess went out the window when he defected, so that's another thing. But basically, Miches are the ones that pick the maid of trauma because, like, Orin. So I guess I'm kind of stuck with that. Besides, she loves conning people, so that kind of makes them kind of perfect for each other. Even if she is, like, chaotic good. It's the chaotic part. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if really fun to yell about was entirely what Thoughtful Bread had in mind, but I surprisingly enjoyed that, though I think part of the reason I enjoyed yelling about it so much was because yelling to entertain people. And that always makes it better. Although, to be fair, I'd have said each and every one of those things if I wasn't on stream, so there you go. We close the book on another demo. I mean, obviously, you've seen the demo. If you want to try other options, etc., check it out. The release date for this one is coming soon at the moment. Might be a while. My written review, which is going to be interesting in this particular case, will be up on my Ko-fi, along with the reviews of all my other games, the write-up of my TGAF playthrough of Cabernet, a few essays. It's all free to access. If you want to slide a coffee my way, that'd be lovely, but I'm just hoping y'all are having fun. With another demo off my list, we roll towards the end of the week, and Friday's another TGIF day. The game in full. The game in question is currently Cabernet, and in 2 days' time, we pick up with Lisa finding her way into Anastasia and Evgeny's house to have dinner and steal documents. Though she's probably going to get nagged by Hussar, but when the quest is on hold until he talks to her again, what's a controller goblin to do? Also, there's going to be some Doctor's Apprentice shit with Dr. Dadpire, so that'll be interesting, seeing as we helped cure a lovely lady of rheumatic fever last time. Anyway, tune in Friday for another episode of Cabernet. Lisa makes nice in world of nihilist vampires. See you guys soon.